Okay, we'll just maybe wait another minute and a half before we jump into things. Just let people slowly roll into the waiting room here. For those who haven't been to these webinars or office hours before, I'll usually start off just by showing some of the new things that we've built. And then after showing off some stuff, then we'll jump just right into questions. So a lot of our like newer, more exciting stuff I've shown over the last couple of weeks. So we've taken this last week um, and mostly just focused on refinements of the product. So we kind of go through these processes where we'll release a lot of stuff and then we'll say, okay, that stuff is there, people are using it. Now it's time to add some layers of polish to our stuff. So um, that's what this last week has been. It's just focused on adding layers of polish to things like um, our new video creator, our AI conversations, the authoring tool itself. So adding a lot of the just like small features that people have been requesting. So that's been our core focus rather than, building out all the brand new stuff. Um, but there's still some cool stuff that I could show you today. We can go ahead and just jump right into it. I imagine that this beginning demo part will be a little bit shorter than we've done in other weeks for just the reasons that I was talking about. Um, but yeah, let me show you all around. So one of the first things you'll notice, this has been a much requested feature for a very long time, but maybe it goes without saying it's a hard one to prioritize is dark mode. So dark mode, it's like, oh, it doesn't matter that much. Some people really, really like it. Some people like their dark mode, but often it gets pushed into the backlog of things to do. But we did just take a couple of minutes and built out dark mode for you all. So if that's something you're interested in, it's actually technically still experimental. So it's behind a feature flag. A feature flag is what you would consider a beta, a closed beta. So if you want to be added to the dark mode closed beta, go ahead and shoot me an email, just ethan@mindsmith.ai, and I can add you to it. But once you're added to it, you'll just go to your profile here in settings, and then you can turn on dark mode or turn off dark mode. I'm actually more of a dark mode off kind of person, so I'll leave my dark mode off. But yeah, if you're a dark mode believer, you can we finally have that for you. So it's kind of a fun, just quality of life feature. Every once in a while, we'll build the quality of life things, when we spend a lot of time grinding out, all of the more urgent things. We'll give one of our developers just some freedom to build some cool stuff. So you get dark mode. Another thing worth shouting out quickly that we released semi recently are tags. Tags are really cool if you want to organize your content a little bit better. So some people might have like multiple departments or multiple teams within the same team space. So you can create tags for all those different teams. Or if you create content for a lot of different topic areas, you might create tags for topic areas. Or if you want to use tags as sort of a like project management feature, you may create a tag that just says, so to create a tag, you just click on the three dots here, you go to tags, and I could create a tag that just says um, pending review. So then I can, add that tag, we'll make it green, and then I can go ahead and filter any of the lessons that are pending review. So it's just helpful from a management perspective. It's also semi-helpful, like some of the stuff that we are building out right now for like the future of like managing and building your content. We think that as you're surfacing content to the AI, there will be context that you want to give to like an AI agent that maybe wouldn't necessarily be in the lesson itself. So like if a lesson is built for a particular department, it may not say in the lesson content like this is for this department, but you may want to tell the agent, hey, I want you to look at all of the lessons created for this particular department. In which case a tag can sort of add additional information as AI agents are using and helping you manage your content. So that's the idea behind tags. There's kind of the first level of benefit, which is helping you organize and manage. And then there's the second order benefit, which is helping your AI have additional context. So pretty cool. I think I talked about Media Library a couple of weeks ago. Um, the other thing, I think we've talked about some of the different SCORM packages. So we recently added a Storyline SCORM importer. So if you're switching over from Storyline, it's pretty cool. You actually wouldn't go here to change that. You would go into the agent and you would upload the Storyline SCORM file just as a file. And you would say, hey, I want to convert this into a Mindsmith lesson, just one for one. And it will actually run an agent over your Storyline SCORM file, and the agent will decide which elements in Mindsmith match the best to what it's seeing within that SCORM file. So really helpful if you're looking to switch over some of your more legacy articulate Storyline content. Um, it's also nice because it will tell you, it'll give you like notes about what it can't do. So there are certain things right now that you can do in Storyline with, triggers and variables that you can't do in Mindsmith. So it'll say, hey, this lesson had some logic to like test out of this particular topic. We don't have that yet in Mindsmith. So you may want to rebuild it in a different way, or you may want to omit it completely. It'll also give a note that says like, um, this page was like a completion page, but Mindsmith already has the completion dialogue natively, so I just went ahead and omitted it. But it'll say like, yeah, you can bring it in if you want to. But it's just nice because the AI agent is actually thinking about the content and it knows all of the different tools and functionalities within Mindsmith, which is pretty cool. So that's another one worth shouting out quickly. And then the other ones I think I've shown recently are, but I think are just they're so cool, and so they're worth like just calling out again. AI conversations. So this is a conversational role play. Um, very, very powerful if you want to level up your lessons to more of an application. So that can be a really cool one. AI video, we're giving a facelift. We announced it in Tile Tuesday yesterday, which ended up going on Wednesday. Classic. Um, the video we have of a version 2 of creating videos within Mindsmith. The version 2 is quite a bit more powerful. It can create all sorts of cool animations. So if you want to be added to that, go ahead and shoot me an email and we can add you to the beta of our updated video creator. Another one worth shouting out, this is an accessibility checker. This is a new thing. I'm actually not sure that we've officially announced it, but it'll go through your content and it will run it through an accessibility check, and then you can also fix it with the agent. So pretty cool, just kind of adding some additional accessibility content there. So those are just some of the small things that were released within the last week or so. Um, I know it's not quite as exciting as, when we dropped AI role plays or AI video, but still helpful, cool features. And there are a lot of other smaller things. I'm not going to get into them today. That's not really the purpose of this particular meeting. So I'm going to go ahead and open up the floor for attendees to ask questions, which is the purpose of this call. Um, I'm going to unmute a bunch of the people in the that are here in the participant attendee room. So if you have a question, typically what we do is you'll just raise your hand and I'll just call on people as those hands come up. Or if you don't want to raise your hand, you can also message in the Q&A chat and then I can answer those Q&As live. So I'm going to go ahead and open it up and then we'll just, finish things off once all of the questions are answered. So feel free to raise your hand. Okay, I'm seeing a hand from Joe.
Hey, Ethan. Um, just started becoming aware of that stage changes function that's available for lessons. Wondering if you have a timeline on when that'll be available for courses, because that seems really helpful.
Yeah. Yeah, stage changes is super cool. I don't have an official timeline. I do remember seeing a message in our product chat that they're kind of moving that up in the roadmap. So if I had to give a rough estimate, it would probably be like 2 months because we're working on some other cool stuff before we go back into like the smaller stuff. Is that helpful, Joe? Two
Yes, thank
months?
you.
Okay, great. You're welcome. Joe, you still have your hand up. Thanks. I'm not seeing any questions. Melanie.
Hi, I'm just wondering about the media library, if there's plan on adding tags to that, or is it only going to be based on whatever the image is named?
Yeah, that's a good question. I don't think we have an immediate roadmap item to add tags to the media library. Talk to me a little bit more about that. What's the use case there?
Our team has like a lot of very specific imagery related to like PPE that our comms team has given us. So if we were to upload that into the media library and we want to look specifically for, say, someone who has all their PPE at a construction site, like very specific things, requirements, it would make it a lot easier based on those tags to find a specific image related to the content.
Sure. Yeah, that totally makes sense. I'll add it to the roadmap. I'm not sure usually when it comes to new features, the first question we ask ourselves is, what does the AI native version of this look like, or the AI native version of solving this problem? So we'll have to talk internally about if that ends up being tags or if it ends up being more of a like AI search
Mm,
within your images. So you could just search the word PPE and it would pull up all of the images that are showing PPE. Um, we'll have to talk about that because I could also see use cases where you would want a tag, but the AI wouldn't like be able to interpret the context that you're looking for. Like if there are images for a particular like related to a particular site or something like AI wouldn't be able to know where that site is, but it would be helpful context for you searching or something like that.
mhm.
Yeah. So we'll have to think about that from a product perspective. I'll bring it up to our product team and we'll talk about moving that up.
Thanks.
Yeah, for sure. Thanks, Melanie. Awesome. What other questions that I can help out with? I'm seeing a call out from Caitlin that we've had customers asking for folders within the media library as well. Yeah. Once you introduce a media library, it's a whole content management system that, you're kind of opening up the world into the world of content management. So, um, no, it's exciting. It's all good. Great. Seeing a hand from Elisa. Elisa, you haven't gone off of mute if you're talking. I saw your hand went down.
Yeah, I'm trying. I'm walking. Sorry, I'm not very easy, comfortable situation because I'm walking with my daughter while I'm listening to the webinar. So I was just wondering, I'm not sure, it's a little bit out of topic today, about the role plays. I don't know if it's possible, and I don't know how to do it, or it's not possible yet. Is it possible to make the role plays by video, not static images? I don't know. I don't know if I was able to explain what I mean. Um, as far as I know, I do the role plays, but they are just pictures that following a process, um, uh, a map, a conceptual map. But I would like to do it the same, but with, little videos. I don't know if it's possible.
Yeah, that's a great question. So, in Mindsmith, there are actually role plays and scenarios. A role play is actually a real-time conversation that the learner has with an AI, versus I think what you're describing is a scenario, which we also call experiences. So when you're
Yes, you're right.
building,
I'm in the scenario.
yeah, great. Okay, so scenarios, there are a few different what we call node types. There are, of course, these dialogue nodes that you're familiar with, text nodes, the modal node, which kind of pops up on top of a different node, and then the node that would be most helpful for you is this one, the video node. The video node right now allows you to upload an MP4 video. So you'll have to create it in a different tool and then upload it to the Experience Builder. Um, we haven't yet connected this system up to our video generation system, but we do plan to. So we're redoing the video generation system right now, but you will be able to generate videos here in each of these nodes of the video nodes. So I guess the short answer is you can build that right now, but you would have to use a different tool for the videos themselves. But in the future, you'll be able to generate the videos natively in Mindsmith in the builder, in the experiences builder. Does that answer your question?
Yeah, sounds great. Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. You're welcome. Okay, I see a question in the chat from Jerry. Are you going to demo the new video creator? In the email it said Ethan will be demoing. Oh, sorry. I didn't read that in the email. Yes, we can totally do it. I demoed it last week, so I thought maybe we wouldn't do it this week. But yeah, I'll go ahead and show that. Before we jump into that, I am seeing a hand from Isaac. Isaac, do you have a question before we show off the video creator?
Well, actually related to the video creator. With the updated video creator, will that allow changes to the background and more character options?
Yes. Yeah. We actually recently added the ability to create your own custom characters. Right now that is live in experiences, um, where you can go into edit, you click on the character, and then you can create your own custom character, either uploading an image or generating it here. But we will also have that live in our video builder. So a little bit of context around the new video creator. It was designed around Claude Code. So for those of you who have used Claude Code or Claude Design, what we found is that AI is really good at writing code and in speaking in the language of code. And so what we did is we gave the AI a blank canvas and an interface, and we said, create beautiful videos using code. And it actually turned out to be a very powerful way to create custom, beautiful, interactive videos. So here's a video. This is I just opened up this lesson. I think it's one that someone generated in a demo. So we'll see what the AI built here. But you can see that it designed each of these scenes. So it has the transcript here on the left, and you can edit the transcript, and then it has the scene here on the right. And you can see, so we gave the AI a totally blank canvas. This was not designed with templates. The AI decided that it would put all of these things where it put them. So you can see, for example, this first scene. I'll go ahead and play it for you all.
Every workplace has moments of tension. What separates professionals isn't avoiding those moments. It's knowing exactly what to do when they happen.
And you can see the next scene is similar.
Difficult conversations escalate for 3 predictable reasons. emotional reactions in the moment, blame language that triggers defensiveness, and poor timing.
So you can see it has these animations associated with these different moments in the script here on the left. So similar thing, I think it'll probably bring in the D, the E, the S, and the C as it's, talking about these different concepts here on the left. So what we've done is we've given the AI all sorts of tools and we've given it code and it designs these images. Right now, this is still in beta. So we don't have the ability for you to click into a scene and edit it directly, but you can edit it with the agent here at the bottom. So I could say something like, I want the 3 boxes in scene 2 to be shown stacked vertically instead of lined up horizontally. So then the AI can say, okay, I kind of understand what you're trying to do. Now I'm going to go through and edit this scene. Or you could say, hey, I want the animations around the boxes to be a little bit more aggressive, or I want it to be timed, a little bit differently. So you can see it regenerated the scene. It redid the code and it stacked them vertically instead of horizontally. So very, very powerful. Eventually we will have a full WYSIWYG builder, hopefully sooner rather than later, where you can jump in, change text on the screen, move boxes around. So, each of the elements will be bounded, and then you'll be able to move things and add them. But even now, I could upload an image and I could say, I want this, image that I'm uploading to be the background image of scene 2 or whatever. And it would take that image and then put it into scene 2. So it has all sorts of tools right now. You just have to do most of your editing in the agent chat interface. So that's what that looks like right now. You can, of course, still download it. You can view it in a new tab and, of course, render it. The other nice thing, by the way, about code is that you don't have to wait for each of these scenes. Like, you don't have to wait like 10 minutes for each of these scenes to render because as soon as the AI generates, it's like ready to go. And it generates it way faster than like, there are other tools that rely a little bit more heavily on avatars, which by the way, you can add avatars in here. I could say like, um, add an avatar to this video, and it would, go through and add the avatar. But yeah, the nice thing about code is that it renders basically instantly. So I don't have to wait a ton of time in between the edits that I'm making. They are just, immediately shown. So it really helps in increasing the speed of iterating through videos. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and stop sharing. I guess maybe I can reshare once this finishes adding avatars. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and open it up to questions around the avatars or around the new video editor. Yeah, I'll share my screen around this avatar. So the AI added the avatar. It said, I don't think I should add an avatar, or we can look at the chat history. Um, just need to switch the direction, widen some items to fill the horizontal space. Now clean up the number's bottom margin since the number is now beside the label instead of above it. The margin bottom no longer applies. Done. 3 boxes in scene 2 are oh, add an avatar this video. Sorry, I was reading the wrong one. Okay, added Georgia to scene 2. Since it's a sitting character with torso and desk, I'll use a round rectangle, not a small circle, so the lip sync stays readable. 3 surgical edits in parallel. Done. Georgia's avatar is now bottom right corner of scene 2. She fades in at the very start of the scene before the cards animate in. The video will need to re-render to show the avatar. So you can see scene 2, it created this really nice avatar and added this boundary. And then I said, I actually want to add her throughout. So hopefully it's going to add more avatar scenes in here. But if I render this, it will take a little bit. So we use HeyGen right now, the HeyGen API for avatars, but you can see it'll.
Difficult conversations escalate for 3 predictable reasons. Emotional reactions in the
So yeah, you can see she faded in, and then after I render it, she'll be the one actually speaking the scene, which is kind of cool. Okay, any other questions? Anything else I can help out with? Grace.
I'm just wondering, for the avatars, are we able to choose a specific avatar, or is it whatever it will generate?
No, so the avatar selection is here on the left.
Oh,
So you
okay.
can choose from these avatars. Right now you can't create custom avatars, but we will soon have that ability.
Okay, thank you so much.
Yes, absolutely. All right, any other questions? Okay, I'll hang out for maybe another minute, and if anyone else has questions within the next minute, feel free to ask them. Otherwise, we'll wrap up in about 60 seconds. Okay, I'm not seeing any other questions, so we'll go ahead and wrap up. Thanks for everyone for coming to office hours. Again, if you have any questions, reach out to me, or if you have a customer success manager, you can reach out to